You're driving down the road by yourself. You just finished high school. You have no worries in your mind, not a care in the world. You're thinking about what lies ahead now. What is next for you? Now that you have your high school diploma, you got a full ride scholarship to college, and you're preparing for that, and your mind's running wild as you drive down the road. Then suddenly your text tone goes off in your phone, and it's your friend John. And immediately when that text tone goes off and you look down, you take your eyes off the road for 4 seconds, and boom, you get in an accident. You wake up, you're in the hospital. And you kind of find out that when you look down at your cell phone, that you ran a stop sign and that you hit an oncoming car going through the stop sign as well, taking their life. And you have to live with the regret knowing that a 4-second look cost somebody else their life and you potentially your future with what could happen to you in the legal system. I want to talk to you today about the ramifications of texting while driving and how dangerous that it truly is. YourLegalGuide.com says driving distracted is one of the leading causes of motor vehicle accidents. I too have been guilty of texting while driving. There have been many times that I'm going down the road and I think this just can't wait. And I look down and I'm texting while driving and take my eyes off the road for a split second only to look up at the last second, slamming on my brakes and just inches away from hitting the car in front of me. We've all been guilty of it. We've all been distracted at some point. I believe there's many distractions that can happen when we're behind the wheel, but texting while driving, our cell phone, is one of the leading causes of accidents in our lifetime here, all right? It is said that many people believe that texting while driving is very dangerous, and they also believe, though, that, you know what, an accident won't happen to me. Some people feel like they're exempt from it. Today, I want to look at this, okay? Based on my studies, number one, we want to look at how texting while driving is dangerous. Number two, the legal actions that are being taken. And number three, how we can make the use of a cell phone even safer as we drive down the road, all right? The first one, texting while driving, how it is dangerous. When the driver is not completely focused on the road, the rise of an accident, it increases the percentage of having an accident. When a driver looks down at their cell phone, they lose control of three things. They lose control of their eyes, their mind, and their reaction. And just that one tone and that look down for 4 to 6 seconds can cost you everything because you lose immediately. You're no longer focused on the road, you're looking down, your eyes control your mind. So then your mind starts to focus on what you're looking down at. And then when you look back up, your reaction, everything is delayed. They actually say that texting while driving, if you do that it's equal to somebody who has consumed 4 beers in driving while they're intoxicated that way. That's how dangerous texting while driving truly is. According to a lawyer named Edgar Snyder, in 2008, at any given moment, over 800,000 people were texting, making calls, or using a handheld cell phone while driving in the United States. 6,000 Americans in the same year say that it said that 6,000 Americans have lost their lives over the past year from people texting while driving. According to a study published in the American Journal of Public Health, it said that auto accident deaths involving cell phones and texting while driving rose 28% from 2005 to 2008. And even states continue to enact laws to restrict cell phone uses. And with nearly 6,000 deaths happening in a year and over 500,000 injuries due to people being distracted and using their cell phones, we have to ask ourselves, what legal actions are being taken? It's said right now that there's about 30 states who have texting laws of people being caught texting behind the wheel. A Harris Interactive poll found that 9 out of 10 American adults believe texting while driving is distracting, dangerous, and should be outlawed. In Utah, in the state of Utah, if you cause an accident texting while driving, you could face 15 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine if there is any result of injury or death to the other person if you're involved in an accident. According to Centers for Disease and Control, motor vehicle accidents are the leading cause of death for Americans between the ages of 16 and 20, killing more than 5,000 people in this age group each year alone. 16 to 20 teenagers who become very distracted, and there's some states who have put a specific ban on texting under the age of 21, being distracted behind the wheel and using your cell phone, which it should be a law that even adults are on the rise of texting. We've all seen different people texting while driving, and laws truly need to be enforced, because if there's a severe penalty, people will stop doing it so often with the fear of being caught and getting in trouble. With it being said, texting while driving is more dangerous than driving while drunk. One may wonder, is there a safe way to actually use a cell phone behind the wheel? And now I want to look at how we can make the use of any cell phone device safe on the road. Is it truly possible to use a cell phone behind the wheel and truly be safe? And my answer to that would be no. Now, I know there are exceptions. If you're at a stoplight and someone looks down at their cell phone at a stoplight, obviously the light could turn green and you're still looking down, the person behind you honks the horn. Is that safe? Some people say yes, some people say no. But one of the main things that you can do in order to remain safe behind the wheel and having a cell phone is just shutting the cell phone off. Because remember, a 4 to 6 second glance could cost you your life and your future or somebody else's life as well. The best way to do is turn your cell phone off, or number one, you could even pull off to the side of the road. If it's that important and it has to have your full attention, then maybe you need to pull off to the side of the road. You can have the person next to you. Maybe the phone goes off and you have someone in the car next to you. You can hand the phone over to them and they can respond to the text message for you while you're driving and tell them what to say. Another way that you can do it, again, is just simply just shutting your phone off and being completely safe as possible. Take a stand and prevent others from texting while driving. That's what we need to have. When you're in the car with somebody and they're texting, you may want to tell them, hey, listen, man, I don't feel real safe with that happening. Can you please shut your cell phone off? Because you alone can not only save their life, you can save your life and somebody else's life in another vehicle. There is no case where texting while driving is safe. I encourage you today to start disciplining yourself in this area of shutting your phone off or completely just not even having it in the car when you were driving. Remember the key points and statistics that I have shared with you today to help prevent you from losing your life and living a life full of regret because you look down for 4 to 6 seconds and it could cost someone else their life based on an accident that you get into. So the next time I ask you, what are you going to do when you're behind the wheel and your cell phone goes off? Will you answer it? Will you look down on it? Or will you ignore it because of the statistics and other things that were shared in this speech? Thank you so much.